Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Supreme Master Qinghai respectfully presents Lama Kanzang Dorji Rinpoche, the Shining World True Monk Award, and a humble offering of $20,000 toward the Jangsa Animal Saving Trust's noble mission. May all the Buddhas in the 10 directions forever bless your saintly soul in the upward spiritual elevation for the sake of needy sentient beings in the 6 realms. Namo Amitabha Buddha. Please continue watching to learn about the well-being of animal people in Bhutan.
If you fail your woman, war will not fix that.
The Nisga people would like to say, Chahunti Wusainya to you. It means welcome in their language. Thoughtful viewers, my name is Ned Hawk. All the virtuous inhabitants of this exceptional land wish for you to be blessed with the light of divine wisdom. Welcome to our show titled Compassion in Action, Jangsa Animal Saving Trust. Lama Kunsang Dorje Rinpoche of Bhutan was born in 1970 into the Mahayana tradition of Buddhism and studied under many great masters, including His Holiness Chapche Chadral Rinpoche. After the passing of his father, Lama Rinpoche was appointed head of the Jangsa Dechen Choling Monastery in Kalimpong, India at the age of 23. As a spiritual master, he supervises the training of new monks there and at 2 temples in Bhutan. In 2000, while he was at Kalimpong, Lama Rinpoche witnessed the arrival of 5 bull people at the monastery. They had seemingly escaped from a local slaughterhouse and were seeking refuge. The incident made a deep impression on the master and inspired him to found the Jangsa Animal Saving Trust in Bhutan. The members promote compassion with wisdom for the greater well-being of all people from the animal kingdom. They also preserve and advance the Buddhist tradition of Theta, rescuing sentient beings from slaughter and death. The Ministry of Agriculture and Forests has established guidelines for this practice to prevent the spread of infectious diseases, provide safe transport of the animal people, and ensure that they have a lifetime of security. The Jangsa Animal Saving Trust is a registered non-governmental organization complying with these directives. Over the years, the trust has received considerable support from the Brigitte Bardot Foundation, a well-respected animal people welfare group. Ms. Bardot, an iconic French actress and vegetarian, has been an outspoken advocate for our planetary co-inhabitants since the early 1960s and set up her charity in 1986. It funded the building of many shelters for 4-legged residents at the Serbichang shelter in Thimphu, the capital and largest city of Bhutan. In 2017, the foundation completed construction of an intensive care facility at the same location for animal folk with severe or life-threatening illnesses and injuries. Brigitte Auloa, the fund's coordinator for international projects, attended the dedication ceremony with officials from the Department of Livestock, the National Veterinary Hospital, the Civil Society Organization Authority, and media journalists. The Jangsa Animal Saving Trust also benefits from donations of service from the community members who participate in its noble work, both in Bhutan and in West Bengal, India. In addition to keeping 11 care centers clean and tidy, the volunteers give much-needed love to the refuge dwellers that they feed and bathe. Then, there are teams that go out every day, looking for anyone from the animal kingdom in need of immediate assistance or rescuing. Dog people, young and old, as well as cow people are the most typical clients. It once happened that over 100 Canaan folk were bundled into large sacks and abandoned alongside a highway near Thimphu. When the trust was notified, a crew was quickly dispatched to provide emergency food and first aid for about 80 traumatized survivors, many of whom were later transported to care centers for rehabilitation. In the trust's early days, representatives regularly visited city dog people pounds, offering nourishment and medical care for the detainees. Despite these gestures of kindness, many dog people die due to crowded and substandard living conditions. Searching for a solution to the population problem, the Trust eventually arranged for Vets Beyond Borders and Humane Society International to collaborate with the government and conduct a national sterilization and release program. This strategy proved effective, and municipalities no longer lock up our homeless furry friends. Another initiative of the Trust is urging motorists in Bhutan to drive more mindfully and take responsibility if they injure an animal person. When a driver does not report an accident to an appropriate agency, it can result in prolonged agony and death for an innocent sentient being. Almost half of the animal people taken in by the care centers each year are victims of a collision. Since commercially made wheelchairs for dog people are expensive, the Trust formed its own palliative unit, and dedicated personnel learn how to make simple two-wheel mobility carts. Patients who receive one of these devices, along with physiotherapy and medication, greatly improve their quality of life.
Everyone wants to live and wants the right to live. So that's why we can't harm any living being. We can't kill anything. Sri Charukirti Bhattaraka Swamiji, vegan.
Let us pause for a few moments to think of Lord Sakyamuni Buddha and offer gratitude for his boundless love. We will learn about Lama Rinpoche's Path of Peace project when we return, so please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our show about Compassion in Action, Jangsa Animal Saving Trust on Supreme Master Television. When asked to explain the rationale behind his work, Lama Rinpoche points to the enlightened principles of Bhutan's first kings. For the happiness of society, they banned the killing of animal people. This law established Bhutan as a Dharma kingdom with a culture of compassion conducive to Mahayana Buddhism. Unfortunately, attitudes changed over time, and meat consumption became acceptable. Lama Rinpoche felt compelled to do something more than just providing animal people welfare through the Trust. He wanted to minister to the human population as well, and started a program called Siwe Lomtun, which means the Path of Peace. He worked with members of the Trust to create an educational campaign combining Buddhist philosophy with scientific facts about the impact of diet on our health and the environment. In 2015, with support from the Brigitte Bardot Foundation, Lama Rinpoche and Trust volunteers embarked on a nationwide tour of Bhutan's 20 districts to promote the vegetarian diet. At each location, the Master of Ceremonies explained to the audience that they are free to make decisions, like selecting what to eat, but they cannot be free of their choices' consequences. In addition to lectures, slideshows, and video presentations, the team convey its core message through a theater piece called Ai. The title is a common Bhutanese expression associated with compassion. Every citizen knows and uses this word, but the players enacted what happens when someone no longer feels its meaning. When we lose the ability to identify with the suffering of another being and participate in killing, even if indirectly, it is a warning sign that we have degenerated into something less than human. The theme touched people's hearts, and Siwe Lomtun was an unquestionable success. Everywhere it went, the troop found overwhelming support and received commitments from over 10,000 attendees to be vegetarian and help spread the message of peace. Audiences went home understanding the effects of their choices, not only on animal people, but also on personal spiritual consciousness, physical health, and global environmental sustainability. Many schools that kept people from the poultry, pig, and fish kingdoms as part of their curriculum decided to offer them to the Trust for Safekeeping. Civic and business leaders also pledged not to serve meat during official events. Two years later, Jangsa Animal Saving Trust received funding from Bhutan Foundation and Druk Green Power Corporation for a second campaign that brought Siwe Lamtun to 7 venues in 3 districts. The program included spiritual and scientific discourses, the Ayi theater piece, and filmed messages from the Venerable Matthew Ricard and Srimati Maneka Gandhi. Matthew Ricard, a Buddhist monk and author, quoted the findings of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change and warned of the immense suffering that awaits all planetary citizens if global warming is not stopped. Ms. Gandhi, an Indian politician, animal person rights activist, and recipient of a Shining World Leadership Award for Compassion, discussed the impact of meat production on deforestation, soil degradation, and greenhouse gas emissions. This abbreviated tour attracted a total audience of over 3,400 students, teachers, monks, and other citizens, of which approximately 2,000 committed to being vegetarian. Lama Rinpoche reminded his trust team that the numbers were not what mattered. If one animal person is spared harm or one human being's compassion is rekindled, it is worth the effort and a significant achievement. Through the truth of interdependence and the power of spiritual aspiration, the activities of Jangsa Animal Saving Trust are like potent seeds that will enhance our world's collective karma as they germinate. For more than 2 decades, the Trust has lovingly cared for vulnerable and suffering people from the animal kingdom. Additionally, its members routinely engage with the public and government of Bhutan to promote the well-being of our co-inhabitants. Lama Rinpoche has also traveled internationally to spread the path of peace to Europe and the United States. Let us conclude with an expression of the Master's heartfelt conviction.
If we have to keep the religion aside, it means you have to keep your compassion and wisdom aside. Then we are useless.
Supreme Master Chinghai respectfully presents Lama Kanzang Dorji Rinpoche, the Shining World True Monk Award, and a humble offering of $20,000 toward the Jangsa Animal Saving Trust's noble mission. May all the Buddhas in the 10 directions forever bless your saintly soul in the upward spiritual elevation for the sake of needy sentient beings in the 6 realms. Namo Amitabha Buddha. Supreme Master Chinghai is deeply grateful to the most merciful, beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy and or any good cause over the years, as a humble vessel for His compassion and love toward His precious children.
For more information about Jangsa Animal Saving Trust, please visit jangsaanimalsaving.org.
Vegan. It's about hell. Hells are waiting for meat eaters and war makers.
Honorable viewers, thank you so much for joining us today. Coming up next is The United Spirit of the Ukrainian People Shines Before the World, Part 12 of 12 on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May the blessings of heaven facilitate your spiritual journey on earth.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
మా కార్యక్రమాలు అందజేస్తున్నాయి అనేక భాషలలో. దయచేసి చూడండి సుప్రీం మాస్టర్ టీవీ చుక్కా .com/schedule మరియు suprememastertv.com/GPGW